night in Rio was full of dramatic surprise finishes for Team USA. In a rare occurrence, American athletes did not pick up any gold yesterday.
But not to worry, we obviously still lead in the medal count, with Great Britain and China following behind. CBS News correspondent Dana Jacobson is with us now to help break down all of the excitement. Good to see you.
No gold? What? That's so un-American. We have to win.
So true, so true. All right, let's...
Sorry, I
love that. It's so true, though, because it's like
true.
so funny. Yeah. All right, so we have to talk about Shaunae Miller. She won the 400-meter final Monday night by diving through the finish line. Allison Felix of the United States finished second. That's why we don't have any goals.
And all of Twitter had a heart attack.
Boom, it exploded.
Yes. I mean, it was a combination of things. People saying, can you actually dive? Is this legal? How is this legal? I can't believe it. But reality is, the truth is, yes, it is your torso when your torso crosses. So you can do this. And we've seen it before. I couldn't find an example with an Olympic medal round where we've seen it, but we saw it in the U.S. trials a couple times this year. Actually, Allison Felix on the worst end of that in the 200 meter where she wanted to go back. She wanted to do the 200 and 400, try to do a double. She didn't qualify for the U.S. Olympic team because she ended up finishing fourth. Her teammate, a U.S. teammate that finished in front of her, did a dive. So it was that same type of thing. We saw it before the London Games at the U.S. trials as well. We haven't heard a lot of competitors saying that this is wrong and should be banned because they all know that this is part of it. It's win at any cost. If you're going to sacrifice your body like that, perhaps you do deserve to win the gold then in that case.
Yeah, that's why I'm sort of two minds.
Right,
one part of me is like, well, that's not a test of speed, that's a test of strategy. The other part of me is thinking, wow, I'd never throw myself in anything. Maybe a good sail rack, I don't know.
I'm with you on that one. I would throw myself.
So,
for me, it'd be a cheeseburger.
Talking about people dedicating their body to the sport, Simone Biles, she is, I mentioned this before, she's not superhuman.
Right,
she is a superhuman, but she made a little mistake.
Yeah, and I think we were all almost surprised to see it. She said the vault was sort of her scariest event, you know, the one that she sort of feared the most, and it seems like most of the women do because how they balance on that beam is amazing. But in winning the silver, or I'm sorry, in winning the bronze, she sort of allowed one of her other teammates to take maybe a little more center stage. And then we saw Laurie Hernandez, who did take the silver. She had her shining moment. And again, it's not gold, but it was a silver for her. Hearing her parents talk about it, they say they're still in this sort of surreal state. And I read a great story about how she and her coach, Laurie Hernandez and her coach, before every competition to keep her mind on it. So remember, Simone Biles was competing. Laurie wasn't watching that, so she didn't know what had happened. She is off on the side working with her coach on her own routine, and when she goes to, you know, make her remark to the judges, sort of, I'm ready to go, she looks at her own coach. The coach is behind the judges, so she's really focused on just doing that routine for her coach and doing the best she can. Really a great, I guess, mental game that she's playing to stay in that moment, too.
Let's talk about what some people are calling Crabby Gabby, which is not nice because it's the being anonymous on Twitter and on social media, criticizing Gabby Douglas. I mean, what's that all about?
This has been amazing to me. We were talking about it earlier. There are a couple things. There's been backlash about when the team was up there winning their gold, the team gold medal, that she didn't have her hand on her heart during the national anthem, saluting the flag. Then there was backlash that she wasn't cheering on her teammates appropriately. They showed shots where she was clapping and cheering but wasn't standing when her other teammates were standing. She went on social media and has, for both instances, said, I wasn't showing any disrespect at all. That was not my intent. I have the utmost respect. I also love my teammates. I want them to do well. I wasn't trying to detract from them. This is a young woman who has dedicated her life to this sport and to this team and was a darling that still got ridiculed for her hair back in 2012 at the last Olympics. And now, once again, she's sort of coming under that social media fire. Which seems to be taking attention away from her teammates in the worst way, not of her doing, but that social media backlash. So some people have gone out and sort of said, hey, let's support her. There's now a hashtag to support her on social media. And you've seen a lot of celebrities sort of get in on the act with that one.
Her mom came out.
Her mom,
Her mom was like, don't you talk about my baby.
She called it hurtful. I mean, and we have to sometimes remember, these are world-class athletes for sure, but in many instances, they're kids.
They are kids.
They're, they're young kids.
And they've lived a life that really is all about their sport. And I don't want to say sheltered, but they really have dedicated everything, every day, to winning these medals, not only for themselves, but for the U.S.
Right,
Yeah.
for the
So to
United
question
States.
their patriotism is sort of ridiculous.
I mean, look around an arena anytime a national anthem is on, and I bet you're going to find 50-50 who has their hand on their heart and who is just standing at salute and attention. And even so, she still said, that was not my intent. I was not showing disrespect.
So now let's talk about beach volleyball, right? We've got Kerry Walsh-Jennings, and she's got a new partner, April Ross. They're going up against Brazil. Is Brazil good?
Brazil is good, but this pair from Brazil, this new duo for Kerry Walsh, obviously, a lot of people are like, I know the name, but she was always with Misty May Trainer. So this is the first Olympics she's competing without her old partner. So this duo has gone up against the Brazilian duo that they'll face 4 times. They're 3-1. They've won the last 2 against them. A year ago was the last time they faced off. But Kerry Walsh, when it comes to the Olympics, Walsh-Jennings, I should say, is just a machine. She is what we were talking about, Simone Biles being a machine. 3 straight golds in this event. I'm sure you've probably heard this by now, but there's the great story of how she got April Ross as her partner. They were competing in the medal round, the gold medal round, at the Olympics. And April Ross had her own partner. Kerry Walsh-Jennings was still with Misty May Trainer. When it was over, we knew Walsh-Jennings and May Trainer won again. But at the net when they hugged, both Kerry Walsh-Jennings and April Ross knew they wouldn't have their partners the next time around. So Kerry said, let's go win gold in Rio.
Oh, wow.
That partnership eventually happened. It took a little while, and April Ross admits she wasn't certain. She hadn't heard from her right away. Maybe this isn't happening.
She's like, did I imagine that?
Where am I? Like, you feel like that you're waiting for the guy to call on the phone, and where is he?
You're like, wait.
Right, but
you keep refresh.
Exactly.
Refresh.
Has she called? Has she called? Has she called? But it did happen. So it's a great partnership that was really forged back in the London Games.
I love
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I love this story too. There's this great picture of a young Michael Phelps, right? And Katie Ledecky, there it is. And they replicated that picture
great
again.
was
I always love
that?
when people do that because it's so cool. I mean,
there was some backlash. I don't know if you saw
There's
this
always
on
a
Twitter. I know,
backlash.
not about the picture, not about the picture,
I
but
was gonna
about
say.
Someone's
there was a newspaper headline when Phelps had won silver, and Katie Ledecky had set the world
I
record
showed
on
it to you.
100.
Yeah, right.
So there was all this. Why is the Phelps in bolder print and above her?
Right. So wait, explain that to our viewers what that is.
So it was a headline, and it said Michael Phelps silver in the fly, and that's in much bolder print. Then below it, it says Ledecky sets world record in the 800 meter.
And so there was somebody on my Twitter feed who said, this is the world.
Right.
Like if you're a woman, this is how
it feels.
Right.
But Michael Phelps and Katie Ledecky, I think, have shut all of that out, and they are both living a dream there at the Olympics right now. Again, I've said this so many times, it's like the passing of the torch that swimming does so well. So they recreated this wonderful photo where Katie was going to get the autograph. Now it's Michael coming to get the autograph. Even better, they're both going to be on the new cover of Sports Illustrated. It comes out, I think, on the 17th, so tomorrow. With, of course, Simone Biles. So all that greatness, will be there in one place. And remember, Simone Biles could win another medal tonight. She could get another gold in the floor routine. Allie Raceman, her teammate, the defending champ. So maybe we'll have another 1-2 between them up there. But a lot of greatness.
Yeah. And speaking of greatness, welcome to CBS News officially.
Oh, thank you.
You are now officially a CBS News correspondent.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff from the sports side and coming over. So now I keep saying I'm officially one of the family now. Nothing will change. I'll be doing the things I've been doing, but it's an honor and a thrill.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Dana Jacobson, thank you.
Thanks.